So now you start the extraction process. We had talked about it in the case planning side. Sometimes you extract and then open up the gums to be able to get to the bone. Sometimes you open up the gums and then extract. What did you do in my case?
I opened the gums first.
You opened the gums first, and that's because I had one of the teeth that was half broke? Or
Not just that, your bone was very dense. So it's much easier for me at this point now is to open the flap and relieve some of the bone before extraction to make the extraction easier.
Okay. Okay, and because I'm having this done at a younger age, in my 40s, instead of in my 60s or 70s where bone might not be as...
It's not really very age related.
It's not.
You just have to thank your mom giving you good milk when you are young. So
okay.
It's like very well built.
I will thank my mother for that. Okay, so you opened up the gums to relieve the pressure off the bone, and then what remaining teeth I had, you pulled out.
True.
That's the simple, simplistic way of doing it. Okay, I had a pretty gnarly abscess, a pretty nasty abscess. Remember that? And I mean, it was bad. When do you deal with that piece? After you've taken the teeth out?
Yes.
So you take the teeth out and then there's infection in that area.
You have to cure it and clean this bone thoroughly to remove any kind of possible remaining bacteria or infected bone around this area. Implants hates bacteria. Doesn't live with bacteria. So any kind of source of bacteria from bad soft tissue, infected sockets because of like previous infections, whatever, has to be thoroughly cleaned before we even start drilling for the implants. It has to be on a very clean slate.
How do you do that? I mean, I know you know what you're doing, but give me a sample. You grind down bone around it?
You grind down sometimes, you drill certain burrs, certain drills.
To just remove. That's how you remove a lot of the bacteria is just through mechanical.
Mechanically, yes. Like
mechanically.
through tools and instruments and yeah.
Okay. So you're using those loops, you're looking in there, you're able to see the cleanliness and pretty I mean, I've never...
I can't see bacteria, just to...
Right, right.
I see like clean bone, bloody, because it's very important for the bone to have blood in it, because if it's just like clean without any kind of life in it, which is like oozing some blood, that means it's not good neither.
It needs to heal, it needs the blood to heal.
Yes, right? Yeah. So yes, you can see it visually, of course.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're now prepping. You extract out the teeth, and in my case, I had. How do you do it? How do you do it? Where like on that bridge? Wait, which side was that on? I think that was on this side. Where I had that bridge, that 4-unit bridge that now came detached. You have those teeth that are over prepped and kind of soft. You remove. You open up the flap, and then is it very difficult to get those kind of teeth that have been over prepped for a patient? Do you know what I mean?
I have this question all the time. Honestly, I don't really think about this anymore. I mean, I just go there, I found a tooth, or section it and just auto drive. I mean, yeah.
You get it out.
Yes.
You just get it out, whatever it takes, you get it out.
Atraumatically, it's very important, this word, which is like to make sure when you take the tooth out, the bone's still intact. Not just like moving the tooth right and left, back and forth without looking without preserving the bone. It's very important when we do implants. Bone is the most precious part here. We need to pull pocket stealing, like out, without touching the bone. So if we have to section it to make it in pieces, fine. If it's loose, we just pull it out, whatever.
You know, it was one of the, it's funny because just as a side note, when several years ago when we were talking about extractions and because you're originally from Egypt, and even though you got your prosthodontist over here, you were practicing basically like an oral surgeon over in Egypt. And so you said that the dental school over there, that when you went to, the amount of extractions you have to do versus the amount of extractions in the States is fairly significant. So you're kind of an expert on extractions, agreed?
Yeah.
I mean, because how many extractions did you have to do before you graduated, if you had to guess?
Hundreds.
Hundreds? And all different
It's not
kinds?
something good, I would say, okay?
You don't want to put that on your resume.
It's not the point, but poor places sometimes, the only option they have for a treatment, they will not go through a root canal or any kind of complicated, so what they do, pull the tooth.
Yeah.
Right? So being in serving in such areas, sometimes poor, low, I mean, they can't really afford doing any kind of real treatment other than just pulling the teeth.
Yeah.
And that was one of the reasons that all what we were doing at this point.